And that's a great setup for Jeannette, right? You talk about the world. I mean, this is a woman that travels the world and takes her culture with her. So up to you, Jeannette.
No, thank you so much. The reason why I dedicate my life, probably the past 15 years, to travel is because I didn't see us in travel. And I'll give you an example. As a teenager, I'd watch the news, and I changed the channel also, the History Channel, the Travel Channel, the Discovery Channel, because I also want to learn about the world through different programs. I'm very curious. That's why I love being a journalist. And so for me, when I'd watch those programs, they're very informative, but one thing that stuck out to me were the hosts, the people who were taking me to these places and showing me the world. What I realized as a young girl was they were all, especially growing up in California, they're all usually men hosts. And if there was a woman, she's still doing travel shows to this day. Her name is Samantha Brown. She's amazing. But there wasn't a lot of women in that space, and there wasn't a lot of Latinas, especially that I saw growing up. And I remember watching an episode of Samantha Brown's and turning to my mom and telling her very just very digitally, like I told her, Mom, I'm going to do that one day. I'm going to show people the world, because I wanted to show the beauty, the culture, the history, because there's maybe someone will see a report and it will be just something negative about that destination or someone, and they'll say, I'm never going to that country, fill in the blank. And to me, it's like, yes, but there's so much more to this country than that. Let's learn about the locals. Let's go to Guatemala. Let's go to Lake Atitlan. Let's go meet the women who are textile makers, who go out and find the ingredients and hand make the textiles and the dresses, and then it comes back to all the women that make it and support the community. So travel is so much more than just about five-star hotels and destinations. It's about the culture, the people, the heritage, the roots. And that's why I dedicated really my life to it. And I go back to what I said. For me growing up, there wasn't one person that I said, oh, I want to be her, do that. It was a multiple of people. And I just had to figure it out on my own the past 10, 15 years. But for me, if I can make any kind of difference or be any kind of role model or mentor to anyone who wants to enter that space, that's why I'm here. That's why I show up. That's why I go to all these travel conferences. And when there are diversity panels and there are no Latinos on these panels, I speak up. I talk to the organizers, say, what's going on? Why are we not in this conversation, in this panel? This is 2022, 2023. This is no longer acceptable to say there's no talented Latinos or Latinas who cover aviation, travel, tourism, fill in the blank. It's not an excuse anymore. So that's why we need to show up and be more involved in Spanish, in English news, in programming, lifestyle programming,